Want to be fabulous just like these strippers? Pay attention. It's Stripper Tips.
So what's your stripper tip? Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I think about that question and I think, what would I have told myself, my younger self?
Okay.
Knowing what I know now.
Right.
And I think, oh God, I think it's really deep for me because as much empowerment and joy and effervescence and life and grit and soul that I found through working in those clubs, I also came to a point when I was working in those clubs where I stopped taking care of myself.
Right.
Where I started to leave my body, where I started to not remember how I got home and I was clean and sober during those times, where I started to fall back into self-destructive things like self-harm. And I think that I started to lose who I was and I started to get confused. And I think that if I was to look back there and I was hovering over myself, I would say to her, take a step back. What do you need to do to really take care of Valerie and get her emotionally, mentally, and physically back on track before you go back into those rooms? Because in a sense, it wasn't the room's fault. It was the place I let myself go because I had stopped taking care of myself, that the rooms affected me differently. And so whatever that may be, for me, in hindsight, that would have been really doing a lot of deep work. And some people don't like what I'm about to say, but that would have been, I've been working with a somatic therapist for 2 years.
Okay.
And a somatic therapist is not like a talk therapist where they sit there and go like with their notepad. It's where you lay on a table.
Yeah.
And the person is trained in actually tapping into parts of your body where trauma or shit that's not resolved is locked and stored. And it's a way of actually tapping into the body so that that part of the body that's been blocked and stored can speak.
Nice. Can you say exactly what type of therapy that is again?
Yeah, it's called somatic therapy.
Somatic therapy.
Somatic therapy.
Nice.
And it's saved my life in the
Okay.
past couple of years through stuff that's been coming up. And that's something that I wish I would have known about then, because I, unbeknownst to me at that time, was holding a lot of I would say trauma, stories, blocked energy, other people's stories, other people's trauma.
Wow.
Because it's like when we're dancing, a trained intuitive once told me, don't touch the customers with your fingertips, because our fingertips is where we hold the most energy, good and bad.
What?
So dance with your fists closed.
Oh no.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that.
Don't do
though.
that. Don't do that. But the what that is was
Right.
I didn't do that either.
Right.
But what it gave me was a conscious awareness around how much energy I take in.
Yeah.
That gets locked in my body, and then I get confused on whose it is.
Whoa.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then when I learned that there was this somatic practice, and I laid on this table, and this woman starts pushing into these parts where that's stored.
Yeah.
And then it's released, and then I start to feel freer and more balanced.
Right.
So,
Wow.
Somatic therapy, I would say writing in journals, finding creative outlets, a lot of whatever your own self-care is, and trusting your body if you need a break, if you need a night off, being in tune.
Right. Yes, definitely giving yourself the night off.
Giving
just
yourself
because.
the night off just because. And staying awake. Don't go to sleep. Stay awake.
Right.
And your body, stay awake. Because it actually, for me, if I look back, my body was trying to tell me all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And my mind was like, no, you got to make money.
Right.
And
yeah.
my body was like, hey, you know what? No, I just need to actually lay in bed tonight.
Yeah. Wow. That was amazing. Thank you.
Get ready for our rapid fire question round. It's time for 4 for 1.
Okay, guys, let's do our 4 for 1. So here we go. First question. Do you pee in the shower?
Yes. My God, who doesn't?
How do you sleep at night?
On my back, like this, with my arms like this, like a fucking vampire angel. Yes.
Have you ever told a secret you swore you would never tell?
Yes. Oh my God.
What's your favorite condom flavor?
Oh my God. Well, I don't fucking know. Let's see. Peppermint.
Well, it keeps your breath fresh.
That's right.
Do they have peppermint flavored
I have no
condoms?
idea. I just made that up.
I
have
would
no
too.
idea.
That's the thing. Yeah, just make it up. That was perfect. Valerie, tell everybody how we can find you, follow you, and
Okay.
find out more about you.
Okay, yes. So you can find me at My Naked in Alaska on Instagram, and you can go to nakedinalaska.com. And if you want to watch Naked in Alaska, especially if you are a woman and you are a dancer or you are a former dancer, I would love if you wanted to watch it. And I'll send you the link and you can watch it.
And I highly recommend you doing so.
I do
It was
too.
a fabulous, fabulous play. Thank you so much for your work.
Oh, and
your
one more,
art.
one more
Yes,
thing.
what?
And also you can go to valeriehager.com if you're interested in telling your story.
Oh, nice.
And you want to have support and another person who's been through it to help you get there. So that's where you can find out about that
Beautiful.
information.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so
so
much.
much for being on the show
Thank
with us
you.
today. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys, that wraps up today's episode of Yes, a Stripper podcast. Remember, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can email us at yesastripperpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at Yes, a Stripper Podcast, and you can watch the show on YouTube or on SoundCloud or on Spotify or anywhere that podcasts are played. I am your host, A.M. Davies. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll see you next week.